and welcome back to another week of What's for Dinner. My name is Stephanie, and thank you so much for joining me on my channel today. Let's go ahead and get into some delicious dinners. Alright, so first up we have Ritzy chicken casserole. This is something that Josh's stepmom makes. It's delicious. I have a recipe for it, link below. It's going to be from Pinterest, and that's just called like Ritz cracker, like chicken casserole, but she calls it Ritzy chicken, so that's what I call it. So basically you just kind of do a sleeve on top and a sleeve on the bottom. I didn't crush the ones that are going to be on top as finely, and I also added some parsley to them for some color. So yeah, I just basically put like maybe a tablespoon or two of butter in there just to make it so that it can brown and get crispy and delicious on top. Alright, so this is what it looks like when it comes out of the oven. This is so easy. There's like not even that many ingredients in it, and it's so delicious. I'm just serving it with broccoli, and just, you guys definitely try this one for sure. Alright, so tonight I'm making like a layered pasta dish my sister requested, but what I'm doing is making the meat sauce for it. Super quick meat sauce, and what I'm doing is I'm going to add in that shredded beef that I saved from last week, which was really only 2 days ago, but I'll link last week's video above for you guys so you can see it. I made a slow cooker like beef kind of like roast, and what I did was I reserved some of the meat and I reserved it for meat sauce because having the two textures of meat is so good in there, I mean, at least to me. So I'm going ahead and putting together this sauce, and I always put spinach in my meat sauce if I can, just to kind of like shove some vegetables in there. So yeah, you'll see what I mean by layered pasta dish. It's literally just like putting the pasta and then putting some cheese. So yeah, that's what I'm going to go ahead and put together for you now. All right, and just a little clip here I wanted to insert. Here is the beef that was in the roast that I shredded up, and it's just, I put it in at the end so it cooks with the sauce. So I just go ahead and get as many layers in the dish as I can. I do use the mini bow ties for this, and I feel like a smaller noodle is best when you're doing like a layered pasta dish because they're easier to just kind of scoop out and place where you need them. All right, so this is our spread for dinner. We have salad and garlic bread as well as my little like layered pasta dish. This turned out awesome, super delicious, and I always think that dried parsley, I say this all the time, it just makes everything look so fancy. So yeah, that's what we had for dinner that night. So this night for dinner, we actually went out to eat to one of my favorite Thai places. They have this like amazing noodle bowl that's what I got because it was literally freezing outside. And my sister got sushi and her boyfriend got some like sesame chicken, I think it was. Alright, so this was about like 6 in the morning when I was getting ready to go to work. I went ahead and put together some barbecue pork in the slow cooker. I don't have really any kind of a recipe for this. I just put together what I think will taste good in a sauce and just pour it right over the pork and leave it to slow cook for about 6 to 8 hours. So I just want to mention, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to take off those little string things before I put them in, so if you guys do that, let me know. I just left them on there. It was kind of annoying when I was trying to shred it up, though, I'm not going to lie. Alright, so this ended up being in there probably for more towards the 8-hour side. Like I said, it was frozen, but it was good to go when I got home, so I went ahead and shredded it up. Alright, so I put ahead and just put these on sliders and served it with carrots, and as you saw, I made some pasta salad, and that was dinner that night. Alright, so tonight's dinner is a little bit different because it's not specifically dinner for me. I was actually making it for my mom's friend that had knee surgery, so everybody in their church is like picking a day to bring her some food. So I was going ahead and making this for my mom to bring her. So it's basically like a taco, like rice casserole. And it turned out really good and it smelled amazing. So I definitely want to make this for dinner for myself one night. But I figured I would show you guys how to make it in case you're, looking for something like this anyways. And like I said, it smelled delicious and I'm pretty sure it tasted really good. She loved it and her family loved it. So definitely one that I will be making again, but for us next time. So this was a Pinterest recipe, and I'll link it down below, like I usually do. This was kind of, but it was like a skillet. Like in the Pinterest recipe, it was meant to be like you just put the cheese on top of the rice in the pan, put the lid on, and it melts. But I wanted to make this more into a casserole because that would be easier for her to reheat, and also for my mom to transport it to her house. So that's what I did. I just put it in one of these like disposable baking dishes, and just put the cheese on it that way, and the cheese melted from the heat anyway. So I think it turned out just fine that way. And like I said, you know, if you're planning on sending a casserole dish out or something like that, you can definitely still make this, and it doesn't have to be in the pan. You can just put it wherever you need to. So I went ahead and got her some like chips and salsa to go with it, and some lettuce, tomato, and sour cream to kind of, you know, add to the taco like explosion flavor thing that's going on in there. So yeah, that was what I put together for her. Alright guys, so for dinner tonight we are having Publix subs. These are the best subs you will ever have, I'm telling you. If you have a Publix near you, definitely go get some. They're the best. This one looks a little rough because I dropped it on the floor, but like while it was still in the container like package thing. But I got pickles, cucumbers, green peppers, lettuce, turkey, and cheese on mine. Alright, so not typical dinner video. We just kind of picked off what was left over from this little buffet for dinner, so I didn't really film that. We were volunteering at our county's like father-daughter dance. So I was manning the candy table, so of course that's the best. But yeah, it was a Candyland theme, and it was really cute, and all the little girls in their dresses. It was so special and sweet for them. So yeah, that's what my dinner video would be for that night. Alright guys, that's going to do it for me this week. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I have a full What's for Dinner playlist on my channel as well. I hope everybody has a blessed and awesome week.